Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff to beating the game. For first time viewers, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It'll show just the essentials, so you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. Today we're playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for the Nintendo DS, and I'll be showing you how to get through to the end of the game here. Before we get stuck into it, if you end up finding this useful, please consider subscribing to keep up to date. It helps out the channel a whole bunch, and I have a new walkthrough coming out every week. Alrighty, so let's make a start. I'm playing on Diamond version here, but it really doesn't matter if you're playing Diamond or Pearl, it's pretty much the same instructions. So you boot up the game and go through this explanation at the start, just picking your name and whatnot. Alright, so you'll boot up in your house here, and I'm just going to change a few options across. So I'm changing the text speed to fast there, battle scene off, and battle style to set. That just makes everything move along a little bit faster. The only one that you might not want to do is battle style. You can keep that on shift if you want. What that does is it just lets you swap out your Pokemon mid-battle, so whenever a new Pokemon comes out, it just gives you the option to swap there. But the settings that I've chosen are really just to speed up the game and make it all move a bit faster, because this game can get a bit grindy at times, so making those battles go a bit faster is always appreciated. We got the top left there to our rival's house, and then we make our way out of town. You basically just have to follow him up and left to the lake here, and when you get to the lake, you'll eventually get to choose your starter Pokemon. It's going to be one of the three here. So you can pick any type that you want. Generally in Pokemon games, the water type is the best type to pick. There's a couple of reasons for that, but one of the big reasons is you do need a Pokemon that learns Surf later on down the track to navigate through the game, and you might as well just teach it to your starter water Pokemon there. It makes it a little bit easier. And just the way typing works, a lot of Pokemon games have Pokemon that are weak to water types earlier on, which makes it a bit easier to get started. Fire is also a good starter here. And I remember my first time playing through this game picking grass, so you should be fine no matter what you pick, but if you want to follow along with this one, just pick water. Alright, so you get the running shoes, so really importantly, you just hold B to run there and you'll make it up to town. You then go up to the top right and you're going to make your way into this building here. Just say yes and you'll get the Pokedex. So the professor tasks you with catching all the Pokemon, and you don't really need to do that to beat the game normally. Eventually, if you want to access some of the post-game content, you need to see all the Pokemon. But we're not going to be doing that in this video. We're just going to be getting to the end of the game here. You then want to go talk to your mum and she'll give you the journal. And then you just head out of the house once you've done that. And you make your way back up towards the town we just came from. So you're going to come across wild Pokemon battles there. You can just take care of those as you go. And when we get onto this route, you're going to learn how to catch Pokemon. So essentially, if you want to catch a Pokemon, you just want to weaken it first so it's low health and then throw a Pokeball at it. The lower the health, the more likely you are to catch the Pokemon. But we'll make our way through here, just killing various Pokemon as we go. And as you kill Pokemon, you're going to level up, so it's always worth doing that. You'll come across some trainer battles on this route. Basically, if a trainer sees you, they're just going to fight you. Trainer Pokemon give you a little bit more experience than wild Pokemon, so if you're trying to grind and level up, trainers are really good to do that on. And we'll come into Juleef City here. We'll just head into the Poke Center. And then we got to head into the Pokemon School. So that's just to the left of the Pokemon Center there. We'll talk to our rival here. So we deliver the parcel to him. And then we're just going to head back out. And we'll meet this dude who's looking for his clowns. So there's one clown in front of that building there. There's another clown just here. And if we go across, there's another clown just down here. And when we get all three of three, we get to talk to this guy and he gives us the Poketch. So that has various different apps on it. It's like a little watch thing. So that one, for example, I've got on is the pedometer. We then come across the rival battle. So when you're coming across Pokemon battles, you just really want to try and match the types as best you can. So this is the type chart in full. If you're using an attacking move against a defending Pokemon, you might do double damage or half damage. For example, if you use a fighting move on a normal type, that's really good. Try not to worry too much about this. It's quite often common sense. So like fire is good against grass Pokemon, for example. And it's probably worth, if you're really into this game, just have a type chart up next to you and then Googling what types the Pokemons are as you go. For example, your rival's always going to pick the grass starter if you pick the water one, so the rival's Pokemon is actually good against ours, and that will always be the case, doesn't matter what you pick. When you're done with the rival fight, you're just going to keep heading to the right here and through the cave. And you'll come across various trainers. You might want to keep the type chart in mind when you're grinding. For example, I'm actually going to slow down and grind in the cave because there's lots of rock Pokemon in here and water's good against rock. Whereas if I was in like a grassy forest area, I might run through that really quickly with the Piplup because Piplup's a water type, which would be weak to that. I'm going to catch this Geodude here. So eventually we need a Pokemon that will learn the Strength HM, and Geodude is a good one to get there. So if you want, you can catch your Geodude for yourself at this point. So we're done with that little cave there, and we're just going to head right out to town. Just in terms of HMs, you're looking for a water type Pokemon for Surf, which we have. Geodude can learn Strength, and you're also looking for a bird, which can learn Fly. So just keep that in mind as you're playing through the game. We're on to the bottom right of town here, and make our way down through this little cave section. And then we get to talk to this person who is the gym leader of town. So now that we've talked to them, we can head back out the top of the cave, and then we can go back to their gym, just healing up first in that red Poke Center. And then we'll go to the gym and take it on. Again, I'm just going to fight a lot of the trainers in here because many of these have rock Pokemon, and water's good against rock. So it's a good opportunity to just grind and level up a bit. With the gym leader here, just if you've got a water type, keep using water attacks. I believe the grass type is still good against rock, and I believe the fire type does learn a fighting move eventually. So if you started with fire, you just want to learn that fighting move before you come into the water gym, the rock gym. So head left out of town, you're going to go through this cave and just gradually make your way back to Jubilife City. Once you're there, we just want to head down, get a little heal up. And eventually we should be able to head up out of town here. You'll come across the professor and these guys, but you just want to talk through those, get through the battle there. And then make your way up after you've done that. So a few trainers to fight, but you're just generally making your way up. My Piplup has evolved at this point, and we're just going to make our way up through the cave. So we picked up the HM for Rock Smash, and we're going to teach that to Geodude there. So along with Strength, Geodude will learn that Rock Smash as well. And we're going to catch a Bidoof. Bidoof is absolutely amazing for HMs in this game, so definitely catch a Bidoof if you can. Bidoof are pretty common across the whole game. When you get to this route here, we're just going to go right and fight the trainer. And we're going to come across the Windworks here. So then just make your way back left to town and up through the forest. Alright, so in the forest here, we're just going to do this little battle. There's 2 battles to take care of. This dude will be thrilled, so he'll thank us. And we want to go right out of town again to this little Windworks area and just make your way up through here fighting the trainers as you need to. So fight through this little bit, we'll come across this galactic person and then take care of this battle. Remember, you can use potions and stuff in battle if you need to heal up. Fun little fact, on Fridays there's a Pokemon which comes out the front of that Windworks there, Drifloon, so just be aware of that if you want to. So out of town, just head right and then up through this little section. And then just keep heading up through the route here. Alright, we're in the forest here, and Cheryl's going to follow us along. And because we've got Cheryl, we're going to be doing various double battles through the forest. So take care of the double battle here. And you got another battle there. If you want to fight these as single battles, what you can do is just talk to the trainers one at a time, and you won't get it as a double battle. Alright, once you're done with that double battle, you just head up and right out of the forest. You can head through these guys and make your way past it. And then up through the forest. You're basically heading for the exit, which is on the top right of the forest there if you can. There we go. So that will sort of go away, and then we're done with that little section. Alright, coming up here, we're going to meet Cynthia. So just talk to her. We get HM1, which is Cut. And I'm going to be teaching Cut to Bidoof, which we caught just before. So then we want to head bottom right into this gym here. There's trainers who are sort of hidden around the gym. So just find those. So that's the first trainer there. Next trainer will be down here. If you're playing the Platinum version, the gyms are different, but apart from that, pretty much everything else is the same. And trainer behind that tree. And in here. And then we can go up and actually fight the leader now. I'll note that Piplup knows Peck, and that's a flying move, which is good against grass, so that's convenient for this gym, because we're pretty weak to the grass Pokemon as a water type. So with the gym done, you're just going to head up and heal up in the Poke Center, and then going to cut through there to get into the Galactic building, and we're going to take on these trainers. So once you've done that, just make your way upstairs, and upstairs again, and past a couple more trainers here. Fight this dude, and up the stairs again. So we come across another Galactic Commander, just get through this battle here. And then we can just head back down and out of the building. So I'm going to go here and get the Explorer Kit. That just lets you go underground. So essentially, once you got the Explorer Kit, just make your way down here, and you want to also grab the bike. The bike's going to be a really quick way to move around. So I'm immediately going to set that to the Y button. You can set that just from the pause menu here. And once we've got the bike, we can actually get onto Cycling Road here. So you make your way down through Cycling Road. And then down here, and then right. All right, once you've fought those couple trainers, you're just going to head right until you see this little cave entrance here. And into the cave, you can just cycle down and rock smash through these rocks here. And then eventually you're going to make your way out of the cave to the right. There we go. All right, making our way into this town here. We're just going to come across that person. But eventually what you want to do is make your way up to the top of town and talk to this person at the concert hall. That's actually a gym leader for later. Your mum's going to be in the concert hall. So we'll just deal with that. Well, you don't really have to do anything here. You can do the contest if you want, and it's related to getting more stars on your trainer card, which is always fun. But for now, we're just going to move on from the contest. We'll come across our rivals, so just take care of this battle. If you still have Peck, that's going to be good on his grass-type Pokemon. And just heading to the right out of town now. Alright, now we're done that, we're just going to head up out of this town and then right through the route. You really don't need to stop in that middle town there. It's not really got much in it apart from daycare. If you want, you can put a Pokemon in daycare and it will level up the Pokemon for you. And if you put a male and a female Pokemon in daycare which are compatible, then they may produce an egg. If you want to produce lots of Pokemon eggs, just keep a Ditto in daycare and then just let the Ditto... Like, the Ditto can make an egg with any Pokemon, so it's fine. But I don't think you can get a Ditto to a bit later anyway. One little thing I'll mention, you can move your Pokemon's moves around, so I've just moved Bubble Beam up to the top because I'm going to be using that more often. I don't want to like scroll down to it. Alright, getting through this battle here. Just heading to the right out of this section. And we want to just heal up. And then once we're done that, we're just going to head to the left and up to the gym here. This gym we can pretty much get through, so just fight the trainers in the same order that I'm fighting them here, just solving the puzzles as so. You'll notice me dodging the trainers that are spinning. If you're used to dodging them, it's worth doing that, but otherwise you might as well just fight them and get the EXP. Fighting the gym leader here. Just get through that. And then we're just going to head back down out of the gym. So just into the Poke Center here. And then we're going to go up and left to this building. And just keep climbing up. Buying a couple TMs there. So that is going to be Blizzard. I'm going to teach it to Prinplup. Having an Ice move on your water starter is really, really good because Ice is effective against Grass, and Grass is one of our main weaknesses. I also taught it Grass Knot, so Grass Knot's going to be good for a few different things. And I'm buying a few X Specials and a few Max Repels. So the Max Repels will just keep wild Pokemon away. It's pretty nice. It gets you through the game a bit quicker. And X Specials, what they do is just for one single battle, they up your special attack power. So special attack is any types that seem like they wouldn't physically attack a Pokemon. So it's like water, fire, all that are special attacks, whereas like fighting and rock are physical attacks. So the reason I got X Special is there are some very tense battles that are coming up, and if you just pop an X Special at the start, then your special goes up by like 50% higher, and you can actually keep popping and stacking X Specials. So that's a little strategy to get through some battles at maybe a lower level than you normally would. Anyway, we've done that battle. We're just going to get Fly from there. Fly is a really good HM, but we do need a bird Pokemon to teach Fly to, so just keep that in mind. Hopefully you've caught a bird Pokemon by now that may be able to learn it. And if you haven't caught a bird Pokemon, well, I'm about to do that now. So you might want to weaken it first, but throw a Pokeball at it. And then Staravia is going to be able to learn Fly for us. Fly just lets you travel to any town you've already been to, so it's an extremely useful HM to have. Alright, making our way through town, we're just going to go left and into this gym here. Press the switches in the same order I'm pressing them in, and then you should be right to make it through. Alrighty, what I'm going to do is just heal up before actually fighting the leader. By fighting all those trainers on the way to it, I've lost quite a bit of health. So if you want to see what the condensed switch puzzle looks like actually, you can see it just in full here without all the battles in the middle. So this is sort of the pattern that it looks like there. There we go. Now we're at the trainer, so just get through this battle. Alright, you should be done at the gym now. And then you just want to head out of the gym there and into the Poke Center to heal up. Now this was one bit where I got very stuck casually. You have to go and talk to that guy. If you don't realize that he's there, you could be just wandering all over the game wondering what the heck to do. I remember when I got this game for the first time, I was seeing if I could beat it in under a week without like Googling anything or whatever. And that was one of the bits where I got stuck, but I did manage to just squeeze it in. And there he is, just on the beach. So you've chased him this far. And again. And again. So he'll want to battle you there, just beat him and move your way on. And you run into Cynthia there. And we get a secret potion. So the secret potion is really good. So we're just going to fly back to the previous town we're at. So it's that town that we just basically passed through really quickly before. I'm just going to go into this tower here and make our way up. Using max repel just to avoid getting any wilds up here. So in this tower we got the strength H gem that's going to be crucial for making our way through the game. And now it's just like a really good time to get it. We could have gotten it earlier if we wanted to. Alright, making our way out here, we're just going to go up. And this is why we needed the secret potion. It makes those Psyduck just go away on this route here. And we get this old charm. And the long grass you can't bike through, so just make sure you get off your bike when you're doing that. Now you're intended to have a defog to get through this route, but you can make it through without defog. It's actually not too hard at all, so defog's not strictly necessary in this game. Our Prinplup just evolved into Empoleon, so that's always good. Picks up a steel typing, which is always nice. Alright, so basically we're just going to make our way out of here and then the fog clears up anyway. We're just going to go into the Poke Center. And we talk to this guy out the front of the cave. Just do a little Pokemon battle here, and then the old lady comes and talks to us. Then going to go into the cave and just look at the wall. And then make our way back up. So Cyrus will come and talk to us. And then we just fly back down to this town here. And at this point we can actually go and fight the gym. So with this, I think the doors are in the same order every time. So yeah, right, middle. And left. And right. And we'll get towards the gym leader there. And if not, just answer the question on the sign. Alright, so we'll make our way through this gym here. And then once you've done that, just head back down the lifts and make your way out. Alright, so Cynthia will come and talk to us for a bit. And then we just got to fly back to Jubilife City. And we can go left from Jubilife now. So we got Surf. We're going to teach it to Bibrail. You can teach it to Empoleon, your starter, if you want. Surf is actually quite a good move, so it might be worth doing that. And then we'll just go past this guy. Make our way into the shop. I'm just going to buy a couple hyper potions and revives. So they're always really good for if you're, you know, dying and you need to restore yourself. A good strategy is to keep a couple weak Pokemon in your party and then like keep reviving the strong one. You'll notice as well, I'm not grinding multiple different Pokemon. I'm just leveling up Empoleon, which is normally a winning strategy for Pokemon games. Like the other strategy works, it's just much slower. The other thing you might want to buy from the shop in this town is escape ropes, and that just helps you get out of caves quicker, and I'm sure I'll be using some later on. Alright, we come across this gym here, so just get through that trainer. Go up on this one, down this one, get through that trainer. Then go up on this one. That trainer. This one. It's not a bad gym to actually grind out on if you got Empoleon, because a lot of them are steel type, which duels with rock type, so we're strong against them. Keep making your way through. And then eventually you're going to come down and up the red one, which gets us to the gym leader there. Alright. So we get the badge there and make our way back out. I'm actually going to teach Surf to Empoleon there as well, just because Surf is such a strong move. It's rare for a HM to be that good. Alright, we're going to go to the library now, and we're going to meet everyone here and have a big old meeting with them. And then we just head out And we're going to fly back to that bottom town here that we're in before. And then pretty much what we want to do is head up to that lake. That's where the main shindig is happening for the next part of the game. So that's no longer being blocked. We can just make our way down there past all the cool Magikarp, talk to this person, and then get through this fight. And then head out. Next place we're going to fly is down to the left. So this is the starting town, Twinleaf. And we're just going to go out to this lake. Similar story here. We're just going to come across the Galactic members and fight them. And then we need to talk to this head of Galactic here and win that fight. You'll notice I surfed around two of the Galactic members there just to avoid having to fight them. Normally you would have to fight them. It's not a big deal. Alright, then we're going to head down. And we're just going to fly up to this town here. Just going to heal up first. And just for context, out of the Poke Center, I'm going left and into this cave. So pretty much there are 3 lakes across the Sinnoh region. We just went to 2 out of the 3 lakes then, and we're about to make our way up to the 3rd lake. The 3rd lake is right up the top of the map, which we haven't been to yet. So make your way through this little cave bit and out. And then going through this snowy field. Essentially, you just want to make your way up through this field, so do that. And keep going up and up and up, collecting items along the way. And eventually we'll make it to a town up here. Alright, so Snow Point City. Fun fact, this city behaves a bit differently depending on what the date is on your DS. It's like a special date with a special type of snow falling. So just follow the puzzle as so. Try not to stuff it up like I'm doing. And then you'll eventually make your way through. So part of what we're doing is we're breaking boulders here to clear out the way, so it's not as bad as it looks, but that's how you can get to the leader without fighting any trainers. Alright, moving on. So just beat this fight here. Now we'll make our way out. And just heal up at the Poke Center and then make your way out towards the lake. So the lake is just pretty close to town. It's like left and up essentially. There it is. And we got a similar thing. We just got to fight a galactic person. Fly back to that town there. And then essentially what we're going to do is head up here. This dude will drop the storage key. And then the storage key can be used to get into here. And then we're making our way through this little galactic headquarter thing here. Alright, making our way up here. Get through this fight. And then you want to go on the left zipper. And then up this one. And then left again. And just following this path here. You make your way through this little door. And then out. What we've done here, we've got a little key, so we're just going to make our way up through here. Getting through these 2 fights. And we can rest in that bed there. It's quite convenient that they put it in here. Fighting this guy. And making our way up to that middle zipper. We get an elixir. That elixir, absolutely pick it up. Because when we get to the Elite Four, you're going to need to use it at some point. Unless you got multiple Pokemon. Or like really good PP management. What the elixir does is it restores all the PP of all your moves. Now don't blow it early in the game. You want to save it for the Elite Four where you won't get a heal up halfway through 5 battles. Alright, just go to this room here. And we're going to release these 3 Pokemon after doing this fight. These 3 Pokemon belong to the 3 lakes, and eventually we'll be able to catch them there, but not quite yet. So, making your way out here through the little green zipper and out. Then we want to fly to this town here. Alright, so we're just going to be heading into Mount Coronet. And we're sort of on our way up the mountain. So at this point, you really should make sure you've got a lot of like Ultra Balls in your bag. So just stock up at a shop or something, get heaps of Ultra Balls, some healing stuff. It's probably like one of the biggest event bits of the game. We're about to catch a legendary Pokemon. So if you're playing Pokemon Diamond version, you'll be catching Dialga. And if you're playing Pearl, you'll be catching Palkia. You'll notice as well, I've also taught Rock Climb to Bibrail there, which can just help us navigate through this mountain. Alright, making our way past these trainers here. Alright, we're at Spear Pillar now, so you just want to fight these 2 trainers. Make your way through them. And we get this lovely little cutscene. You're just going to make your way through various battles here. There's quite a few little battles that go on. He summons Dialga, so just like fight through this. Now you will get the Master Ball here, so I think that's what I'm going to use to catch Dialga, but I honestly don't use your Master Ball on Dialga. You really just want to use like an Ultra Balls and save your Master Ball for something that's harder to get. For example, Cresselia that sort of like rolls around. Just jump up the back there and get the Adamant Orb, and then I'm going to use an Escape Rope. If you didn't pick up an Escape Rope before, then you want to wait till you get to the outside area of the mountain, then just fly off it to escape. You don't need to walk all the way back down. I'm also going to put Dialga in my party because Dialga is a pretty strong Pokemon, so it's worth using. Now that we've done that, the person who was blocking Sunny Shore City has now moved away, so we can just go to the right through that little section and get to the next town. So keep doing that, you'll get to this little town here, you'll come across a gym guy and go up into the lighthouse. In the lighthouse, you'll talk to this guy, just make your way up. And then we can just go into this gym. So this gym has a little puzzle there just to make your way through. So just follow the same pathing that I'm following and you should be alright with it. Definitely worth having a couple of paralyzed heals throughout this gym if you can. And there's the leader. So just take on the leader here and you'll be done with this little bit. Alright, so out of the gym here, just follow the same sort of pathing to make your way back. And I just flew back to Sunny Shore. It's a little bit quicker than walking back to the Poke Center. It's a little bit of a silly strategy, but hey, you might as well. Alright, we got HM7, so this will let us go up waterfalls. So I'm just going to use repels here because we don't want all these pesky wild Pokemon battles, and just make your way up through this route. I want to use waterfall to get up there, and we're in Victory Road. So Victory Road can be quite confusing, but if you just follow the way I'm doing it, it ends up being pretty quick. Little elixir there for us to pick up, that's always worth doing. So the boulder puzzles can be a little bit tricky, just break them in that same order there. Just be aware, if you ever push one of those strength boulders into a wall, you can't really get it back out of the wall, so just be careful not to do that if you can avoid it. Coming across this guy, we're just going to fight him, and then up through the water. Go through this little battle, and keep making your way up. Alright, and that's Victory Road done. You just want to go up the waterfall and straight in. Definitely heal up, buy a lot of full restores, buy a lot of revives, because we're about to do 5 battles in a row without any chance to heal or anything like that. Make sure you picked up a couple of the elixirs throughout the game. If not, there was one in a rock in Victory Road just back there, which we saw before. Definitely need elixirs because you're going to run out of PP during these 5 battles. Alright, so through the door there, and we just make our way through the 5 battles. So I don't really have a whole lot to say about these battles. You just sort of make your way through. Make sure you're healing up, using your revives if you die with some of your weaker Pokemon, and absolutely save before every battle. If you lose, it's not too bad. You just go back to the start, but you keep all the experience you got. You got Cynthia, which is the champion. Fun fact, Spiritomb doesn't have anything that's super effective against it. And you just make your way through that, and then you're done. Alrighty, so that's going to be all for this video. I hope you found it useful, and just as a reminder, don't forget to subscribe if you did find it useful, as it helps out the channel a whole bunch. And thanks so much for watching.